Hello, everybody. This is the start of a series that I'm doing where I'm going to be building houses and talking about a random theme just because I'm bored. I'm gonna turn view bobbing off. I'm gonna do that. And then okay. Alright, nice. So, we're building a house today. This house is made off my old house. Based off my old house. I don't really remember I'll do it. But today's topic of today is forgiveness. Just that word, can mean so many different things to so many different people. It's like insane to me, at least. It's just something that's so common, yet so many people struggle from it daily. And I struggle with it. I'm sure you probably do too. No offense if that's offensive, my bad. But yeah, so many people struggle with just that simple little thing. And I say that, but it's really not simple. It's honestly it's one of the most unsimple things that's ever been made in the history of life. I guess I'll make it bigger. Yeah, and it's it's something that is so easy to talk about but not do, if that makes sense. Now I understand that people have their reasons not to forgive. People will always have their reasons for everything, but what I mean is people will find it so hard to forgive about something that maybe isn't even that big of a deal, and a simple talk would probably solve the issue, if that makes sense. So it's just so common yet so hard to deal with. It's honestly crazy. I feel like at least, this has to be a fact, at least everybody has struggled with forgiving someone that they care about, that they don't care about. People that they hate, people that they love. It's just something everyone talks about. I'm gonna turn back on FOV effects because I feel like I'm not moving when I sprint. Okay. So it's the bedroom. I don't think it's this long. Yeah, and forgiveness is... Oh yeah, I had a lot of forgiveness to do in this house. Shoo. I remember, I would just be a little kid. I would say stuff that I shouldn't have said about people, and I felt really bad. But I kept, I kept talking. This part of the house was really interesting. It was like a patio, but picture this, right? It's a patio, but right here, this is not a good fence. It's just a huge fence. This was the street, this was the backyard, and then this is like just some random, you know, you can come out here. Oh, the fence is looking nice today, honey. Thank you. I'm gonna get a stick to do that how I want it to. But yeah, forgiveness. In this house, a lot of forgiving that I had to do, that my family had to do. Shout out to my family. This is a green room, for sure. That's what they're called. And yeah, you know, forgiveness. I had a whole thing that I was gonna talk about it. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds good. I forgot it. I think it's just like forgiveness. I don't even know how to explain it. Because like forgiveness, you can explain something like that. Like the act of forgiving, but like what does forgive mean? Like it's so hard to say, at least for me. Maybe I'm dumb and I just don't know how to like speak. But, you know, at least for me. At least for me. So I'm not sure. But yeah, I have to fill all of this in. This is gonna take a long time. I'll try to make this kind of quick. Yeah, like the act to forgive. I feel like the only way I could describe it is an emotion that you're feeling, or something that you're saying or doing. Like when you're forgiving someone that's really special to you, like it's like a big deal to be forgiving them. I feel like I picture hugging. I don't know about everybody else. I picture hugging though. And what's the word? Yeah, I picture hugging personally, because like it's okay, I forgive you. This is the kitchen. I forgive you for what you've done. I forgive you for when you killed my father. Kidding. Excuse you. Yeah. Well, yeah, so people, you know, they're hugging, and I feel like that's the only way that I could honestly describe the act of forgiveness. Like I feel like I can't be the only one, right? Because how can you define something like that? It's just so interesting. Forgive, forgive. It could be like, I love you. It could really mean anything. I bet if you ask 100 people what forgiveness means, 10% of them will give you a different answer. At least 10%. At least. No, more than 10%. What am I saying? More than 10%. 100%. A lot of percents here. This looks kind of good so far. I think there were lag. Hello. I think there were chairs right here. Or a chair. We had a little neighborhood cat. But the street was over here, not over here. It was this and then the driveway. Right here. Okay, yeah. And I feel like that's just the only way I could describe forgiving, like a hug. And I don't know if that's how everybody else feels. Drop a comment down below if you feel the same. But yeah, it's just so hard. And people, and I know I keep saying this, my bad, but it's just something that so many people struggle with, including myself, you know? Like I feel like I forgive too many people, and sometimes I don't forgive enough people. Like I can get stumped over like the silliest thing and never forget somebody. Sometimes I'll even be like, yeah, I just ruined my day. Like, man, you got so many good things happening in your day. You got people that probably care about you. Hopefully, you never know. You got a Trixie, a beautiful little dog. Like, people care. And people will always care. And if you don't think that, then you gotta think that, man. Because people will always care about you forever. Like, no matter if you're alive or dead. And, there's always that 200-year thing where, oh, nobody's gonna remember you. You don't have to be remembered, first of all. But if you want to be remembered, then become a president. Because I guarantee you that there's, like 90% of those smart European kids know all of the US presidents. And like 4 Americans do. I think I got this wrong. Where's the patio? Oh. Anyway, yeah, it's like, there's, in the 200-year thing, right, yeah, everybody will always remember you if you did something to be remembered. Like, if you're an artist, you're probably not gonna be remembered. Kanye is like, he said, I want to, I think I'm not gonna be remembered, and he's listed all these things that are incredibly famous things, like who invented the sidewalk. I bet you nobody can answer that, but there probably is some person. I guarantee you that people will definitely remember Kanye because he was famous for more than music. If, yeah. How are we looking on time? 12 minutes, okay, it's not bad. I remember there was a window. This was a little window. This was a wall. Oh, my bad. Forgiveness. It's very interesting. People will always forgive you, It's... Or people will eventually forgive you, I mean, there are people that always find... Crazy people that find it deepest down in their deepest pits of the heart to, forgive somebody. And they do. And the people are thankful, and it's all nice. Why is that? But yeah, it's really just amazing thing that you can to other people and they can give right back to you immediately. It's something that so many people search for, yet so many people never get. It's really just like that. These doors had curtains. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that though. They had a really big bed and shelves right here. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. My bad. It's something that so many people search for and almost nobody gets. Like, you could go your whole life begging for forgiveness, Kanye reference. And, never get it. It's so... And it could ruin people's, like, lives, even. If you want to think about it that far, but don't Catherine them. It's fine. We're gonna put this table. It's a really big table. Like, it actually was in real life. I still have it. Or we still have it. It's freaking huge. Push this guy in a little bit. and this guy. Chairs were always pushed in. There we go. That's better. Okay. My bad. I had to lock it on that real quick. Oh, I love this song. This is like the one. This reminds me of the Christmas Minecraft. I don't think I should. Actually, you know what? No, I remembered. I'm really doing this so people maybe can listen. I don't know. And it's also like really easy to do. So I was like, alright, well, what's the harm, you know? It couldn't hurt trying. If it does, then you go to a doctor, you know? Forgiveness. I should choose something different, honestly. That's really hard to talk about. I'm sorry. Maybe this, you know, maybe we'll start talking about how to receive it. Forgiveness. You know, some people think, oh, just butter them up. They'll forgive you in no time if you just butter them up, you know, and be all nice to them and compliment them, and, you know, that's, sure, that could work. That could be one way to let that happen. But that's like paying your way to become something good, if that makes sense. It's like cheating, almost, or using a DLC. It's just something that, you know, you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do that. Don't go begging or don't go complimenting them and all that, unless you mean it. If you mean it, go ahead, whatever. But, you know, the real way is just to talk to the person, if that makes sense, you know. If you feel the need to compliment them, go right ahead, dude. Compliment them all you want, seriously. I bet it'll make them feel better, unless you're a creep. Sorry. But, you know. And if you can't build up the courage to do something, then how bad do you really want the forgiveness? Because if you're not willing to make a little sacrifice, then what are you willing to do? You know? Are you sure that you even want this? In the end? It's like, you gotta be willing to put this effort in. Because if you don't, then, you know, bad things will happen to your family. Okay. Alright, editor, cut that out. But yeah. All you gotta do is really just talk to them, you know, be open. But honestly, you shouldn't take advice from me. I haven't been forgiven that many times in my life. But it's alright, you know. We have mistakes and we learn from them. I've definitely learned from my mistakes. Some of them, at least. And, you know, I'll continue to learn more and more as the years and years go on. I was gonna say days, but it's really years. Shoot. Your whole life, you're learning and you're living about, I mean, like you're living and learning about everything that happens, you know, how life really treats you. Oh wait, what? How do you do the... Okay, yeah, it's just how the cookie crumbles. What? It can't push. Yeah. Man. I mean, yeah, that's honestly the only advice. And you could ask them, can please forgive me. I'm sorry for what I did or whatever. I don't know what you did. But, you could easily do that. Oh, that's a ladder. That's cool. I had a lot of stuffed animals. The entrance was not this nice. For sure. Um, yeah, be yourself. Yeah, that's right. You can ask them. Um, Asking them is just it kind of makes you sound desperate, but like at the same time, like they know, okay, they're serious. They could mean that like they're really sorry. Like maybe I should forgive them. I'm starting to feel kind of bad. Um, and you could win that over right then and there. But there's just so many different ways that you can deal with something like that. It's insane. You could give her gifts. Give them gifts. You can, talk to them, be nice to them, ignore them, wait for them to talk to you. You know what? Topic change. I'm done with forgiveness. This one, crush. Crush. Like school crush, whatever. Forgot about this one. Crush. Crush, it's when you like someone, but they don't really know. Usually. Some people do tell them though. But yeah, crush, it's when you secretly like someone or they know you like them, but they might not like you back, or you don't know if they don't like you back. You haven't asked them, kind of like a secret admirer almost. You're spending all this time, you see them in the hallway and at school or at work, maybe even, you got a little work crush. Nothing wrong with that. You just see them in the hall and you're like, man, they're really pretty, or they look so nice, or is that my cousin? Like all these different things that going through your mind, and are they even thinking about you? I mean, you really never know. You could see the most beautiful person in your life, the most handsome man alive. Shout out me. But, you could see the most handsome person alive, and they they might not even know who you are, like what your name is. That could be a possible thing. And the fact that, you gotta live with that is just horrible. You just see this person every day. Like, imagine you have class with them, or you work a shift with them, for my old heads. And it's just like almost torture. I'm not much for enemy glazers, if you guys know what that means. I just made it up, so you probably don't, but like, I don't really say like, I want to blame this on my worst enemy. I don't say that ever. I genuinely wouldn't blame that on my worst enemy. Like, I sat there and thought about it. I wouldn't, because it's so horrible, man. It's like, it's really just unbearable. It's like indescribable, almost. What is that on the bottom right? It's just indescribable, you know? Like, you love this person. Or you like them. But you love this person. And they could just not know who you are. It's like almost terrifying, if you think about it enough. But don't think about it that much. And it's like sad to think about also, because what can you do? You can try to talk to them, but you might be like, oh, I think they like me now, and then get carried away. Like, that happens so easily. Or you think, I'm not good enough at all. She's way out of my league. He's way out of my league. He looks way better than me. Oh yeah, how am I? Whatever. Yeah, they look way better than me. It wouldn't really hurt to say something. I say that, but I've never said anything to any person I've had a crush on. And people say the worst thing they can say is no. Do not believe that. That's not true. I'll just be honest. That's just not true. I've heard so much worse. People, like, gagging. Like, dude, really? That's so mean. Don't do that to people, guys. Don't gag at them. It's really mean. I wouldn't gag at you if I saw you, probably. You know, but yeah, crush. For all the ladies and men that have crushes on me, you know, I understand why, but yeah, like, it's just so interesting to see and think about. And you could get lucky and get their phone number or get their Instagram, TikTok, Messenger, whatever. But if you send like too many messages, or you seem too desperate and they're not into that, like, you're probably gonna get blocked. And it's sad, because then you're like, oh my god, I just screwed this up. They're never gonna talk to me again. Oh my god. And it really just depends on the type of person you're talking to. You could be talking to the nicest person ever, or really just a douche. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. But yeah, I mean, it really just depends on the person you're talking to in the end. But you know, one little mess up could really mess it all up, and that's the reason why people don't shoot their shot against people. Even though, like, there are so many people, so many beautiful people out there that you know, could probably get the person they wanted to get. But they just think, they overthink it. That's perfect explanation, in my opinion. They just overthink it. They think, what about this? What if this? What if this? How about, instead of what if negatively, you think, what if positively? What if they like me too? what if, what if they love me? What if they have a crush on me too? What if, you know, all their friends talk about me in good ways, they like me, whatever. All these negative what ifs, try to use positive what ifs, guys. It's kind of hard to do sometimes, for sure. But it really helps. Overthinking is just such an insane struggle also. I should just make that a separate video. Like, I think about overthinking in skateboarding because I skateboard, well, I used to. I haven't really been doing it recently, but I mean to. I've been meaning to. And yeah, overthinking I would do a lot, like even at the skate park, which so many crazy people at the skate park. So many insane people at the skate park. What the heck? Why can't it just do this? Why is it tweaking? I think I have to do that. Hang on, guys. There we go. Nice. Oh wait, no, not nice. Nice. Okay, my bad. Yeah, overthinking. I was at the skate park, and there are so many crazy people at the skate park that are insane at doing tricks that can, ollie and jump over anything they wanted to. And they would do it blowing right past you, and it's like, oh my god, I can't really do any of that. What the heck? And I'll just say what happened to me. I was just at the skate park with my dad, and I was thinking, just going down this tiny, little ramp. Maybe, let me think. Maybe 3 or 4 feet tall that gradually goes down. Like a triangle almost, but not as violent as a triangle. And I was just overthinking, insanely. I would not go down it at all. I would get speed, and I went down 2 times before and I fell. I went down another time and I fell. And I was like, dude, how am I falling? This thing's so tiny. And I want to be able to do tricks. I'm gonna be bad at this forever. And then what happened was a dude came up to my dad and was just talking, whatever. And my dad said something that I was like, no, that's not true. I think it was that, it's my first year skateboarding, which, technically it isn't. And I was like, no, it's not. And he didn't hear me, or he just wasn't listening. So I just was like, oh my god, whatever. And I wasn't thinking about going down the ramp, and then I just went down it. And I landed really fine, and it was good. And I went down multiple times after that. I went down sleeker ramps, Hopefully I can still do it to this day. I haven't gone to that park since. This, I think, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, overthinking. It's just something that's crazy. It can affect your life, and not even your life, just the situation you're in. Insane. Insane. I think once I finish this roof, honestly, I think I'm gonna call it for today. It's gonna be a long episode. Long first episode. Sorry, guys. But yeah, gosh, man, it's, that's almost indescribable too. But some people, when they hear the word crush, they instantly know who they're talking about or who they're thinking about. They instantly think of the person. It could be the same person that they've ever had a crush on. It could be a different person. It could be anybody. It could be anybody. Brad Pitt. Shout out Brad Pitt. Me and him go way back. But, um, oh, what am I supposed to do here? I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, shout. Yeah. Some people will just have that immediately. They'll know exactly who they're thinking about. But does that person know who they are? It's like I know I've said that before, but does that person know who this person is? And do they even like them? Like that's things I've struggled with all the time. I've messed up so many things talking to girls, and it doesn't help that I'm already not looking the best. But I've messed so many things up, dude, and they hate me now at least. Well, some of them not as much, but it's just, you know, that you never know if they like you, if they don't like you, what gender they like. I mean, it's almost impossible to tell. No offense to anybody at all. But yeah, and it's just crazy in my opinion that you know you can talk about this thing forever and ever, and you never know what their stance is on you. And there are situations where you do know, right? Like there are situations where sometimes people tell people that you know, I have a crush on you. And they're like, no way, I have a crush on you too. But that doesn't always happen. That rarely ever happens. I bet you a book. That probably happens way less than you think it does. But I don't know if that looks bad or not. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Yeah. You know, you could mess so many things up. And it's even worse when you have multiple classes with them. No more Unk time, by the way, we're done with that. This is about people in school. Well, I said more anyway. People in high school, middle school, you know, maybe elementary school, maybe. You know, you can have a crush at any age. That's another thing too. Like, some people have a crush on their teacher when they're like really young. And like 5 years old, you could be like, and this is also like so weird to think about, because how does a 5-year-old know what love is? At least to that extent where they feel it against somebody else. It's like almost crazy to think about. You know, people can feel it at any age ever in their life. I think the entrance to the attic is in the hallway. It's kind of dark in here. Do you have any new torches? Oh my god, we do. What the heck? I was not expecting that. Oh, that's sick. I love that. Just gonna light this place up real quick. This is not accurate. I don't think we had any green lights at all. Just thought that looked kind of cool. Light this up. This up. Put doors here. This up. Yeah. Have a staircase here. Okay. Got a crazy earring. My bad. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up this roof actually, and then I'll end it. Crush, you know, it's just that same thing about you never know how they feel. But always there's those instances where it could happen that you know how they feel. They could hate you, they could love you, and it can happen at any age in your life. And it's the more older you get, the more compassionate you feel about it, if that makes sense. The more you're like, man, I'm dead set on this person. Like, I've deliberately not talking to other people because of this person. Like, you could be that set on. Good for you, man. I'm proud of you. But you just never know. And it's insane to think about. I think this is all I'm going to do, actually. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be it for the video, honestly. Finish up here. I just remember there being a lot of cotton candy up here. The dandruff, I don't know what it's called. The stuff, fiberglass, stuff that you can't touch. There's like a lot of it. I inhaled a little bit. But yeah, I don't live in this house anymore. This was a long time ago, a lot of years ago. I lived in this house. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. How long is that? 42 minutes, that's about what I was expecting, honestly. Let's give it a little fly around. We're not done, okay? I just don't want this to be like a 30-hour video. This is it so far. There are some windows that need to be added. 100%, some right there and right here. And there's a garage, I completely forgot about that. We don't have to do that though. A little bit of the inside. Not a good build really, but you know, I'm gonna be doing it every day for a little bit. So maybe we'll see some improvement over the days. Crushes, man. What a word, you know. Crushes and forgiveness, forgiving, willing, you know, stuff like that. Such easy words to think about and know what it means, but not be able to explain it. It's crazy how many words that are like that as well. Oh, I like that. Yeah, it's crazy how many words are like that. In the English language, at least. I don't know about other languages. But yeah, that was today's video. I probably need my own skin. I should do that. Let's make it day. Thank you guys for watching. Seriously, it means a lot. And if you came to watch this, and if you watched the entire video, you have a great day, dude. You have a great day, person. You have a good day. You know, you matter to everybody, and everybody watches this video. You matter. You are loved. And you know, if you ever need help and you believe that no one loves you, then call 988. But yeah, thank you guys. Sorry for getting dark there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a really good day. less up. Thank you guys for watching. I'm just gonna upload this. No editing.